Chapter 5. Tom. After my evening with Indy, I hadn't been able to stop thinking about the Pride Bake-Off. What was already a late evening had turned into an almost all-nighter when I'd got home, because I hadn't been able to stop researching everything I could about baking competitions, recipes, and especially getting acquainted with the rules of this particular competition. I'd picked an outfit that I knew always made me feel good, a pink pair of jeans matched with a yellow shirt, and because I'd planned to work on the Pride window today, I also wore my yellow rainbow sweater. Charlie had given me the sweater for my birthday a couple of years ago after I'd broken up with my then-boyfriend, and the little sparkly rainbows never failed to cheer me up. Even my outfit hadn't hidden how tired I was, or maybe Indy just knew me that well because he'd put an extra shot of espresso in my morning coffee and had let me borrow his bigger flask for coffee for my lunch. Mason's hadn't had any deliveries this morning, and thankfully people had stopped coming by with food, so I was able to work on the window. I wanted it to be an experience rather than something just for show. Mason's was all about the community. I'd heard about the charity work Abby and Jonas had done over the years, so I wanted the window to be about bringing the community in and experience what it was to be part of the Mason family. I sent Troy a text asking for his help, and then started restocking the homeware shelves. I was carrying a few throws when a half-shrieky and full annoying voice stopped me halfway down the aisle. "Is Abby here?" Turning around was a mistake because I couldn't stop my reaction to the hideous outfit the woman was wearing. Hoping I disguised my gag reflex with a cough, I put on my biggest smile. Oh, goodness gracious, Coco. The woman's clothes fully matched her voice. Loud, mismatched, and my instinct told me to be more careful approaching her than a deadly spider. "Good morning. I'm afraid Mrs. Mason isn't here today. Can I help at all?" "I want to speak to Abby. When is she back?" "I'm not sure when Mrs. Mason will return from her errands, but if there's anything you need, I'm happy to look for it in the storeroom or order it." She sneered. "I don't want anything from here." The woman turned to leave just as Abby came out from the office area. She looked tired, like she hadn't slept for weeks, even though it had only been 2 days since Jonas's heart attack. Despite the woman's presence, Abby sent me a smile before turning to the annoying woman. "Hi, Tricia. How can I help?" "Oh, hi, Abigail. I wanted to know if you're going to participate in the Pride Window competition this year." So, this was the infamous Tricia Potts, the woman from the haberdashery store. I turned back to place the throws on the shelf, but kept my ears well tuned in Abby and Tricia's direction. If the woman so much as upset a hair on Abby's head, I'd pounce on her like a tiger, and even fear of snagging my favorite sweater on her claws wouldn't stop me. Fortunately, Tricia didn't stay long, and Abby didn't look like she needed help handling her. There was a small breeze from the door as a new customer came in. I moved to greet them, but as I went around the aisle, I stopped in my tracks, because right in front of me was the chest of my dreams. The white shirt did a poor job of hiding the rock-hard muscles underneath. I took in a shallow breath, and a waft of unmistakable woodsy citrus assaulted my senses. "Blue, by Chanel," I whispered. I was almost afraid of looking up in case the face that went with the body and the heavenly smell didn't quite match, even though I partly doubted it and partly didn't care. Eyes bluer than the sky. Blonde hair that was short on the sides and longer on top, just long enough to fall a little to the sides. And I wondered what it would feel like to tug on it as the full lips attached to that sinful mouth wrapped around my cock. "Are you okay?" The voice was rich and deep, but soft, and it spoke right into my soul. "Holy Mother of Fairies, are you real?"